Morning. I'm David Selzer, a proud member of this community. Time to take your seats. Well, most people are in their seats. Turn off your cell phones and greet each other. We honor you wherever you are on your spiritual path. I know that there is something wonderful for you here today, this morning. This is the last Sunday of the month of studying the Year of Yes, What We Believe. Here again is this month's passage from Ernest Holmes. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. The words to our morning chant are on the screen, followed by the words of the spiritual mind treatment offered by our spiritual community leader, Reverend Carol Huntley, to take you deeply into your own center.
Some of you might remember this from a long time ago. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love I am.
Good morning, beloveds. Before I pray, I have to say maybe it's because of this song that we planned on singing, but every once in a while there is a Sunday where several people that I haven't seen in years show up, and there you are today. And also on this Sunday, several of you have taken different seats. Now, you may wonder, about my noticing, but I see you where you land Sunday after Sunday, and when you're in a different spot, it sort of shifts my energy too. So we are in a beautiful, brand new Sunday. So please join me in prayer. God's the love that I am. As I reflect on that intimate, precious idea, it sends me into an awareness of the infinite presence as all love. And every single thing that is created out of that love. Every person and relationship, everything that is in form and then in potential, is all held in that matrix that is love. It is the pattern that is made out of love, the self-givingness of the universe, of God, of our Creator. And so I know that that is who I am. I am God's love. And everything that I do emerges from that. And as this is true for me, this is true for each one here. Those that are familiar with this concept and those whose socks have just been blown off. Each one, precious, whole and complete, and shot straight from the heart of God into this world. And so each one now, sitting in that environment of love, as I allow my edges to become permeable, that love fills me to overflowing, flows right through me, and flows out again as all that I do and the way I serve and the way I speak, true for me and true for each one. And so just leaving behind anything that doesn't feel like this and taking this time in God's love to fill up to overflowing, to receive answers, to receive new ideas, new inspiration, new compassion. It is right here. I release this prayer now with my love, my imprint on God's love and great faith, knowing it is done and declaring so it is. Welcome again. We have a wonderful Blue here with us today, a second flautist that just fills this room with beautiful, beautiful holy sound. So please welcome with me our musical artist for the day, Blue.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Bodie. I'd like to begin with prayer my Apache grandmother taught me. I'd like to thank the Great Spirit, the Great Mystery, for the warm winds of heaven that blow softly through this house and at our backs as we make our way moment by moment and day by day along our chosen paths. I'd like to thank Mother Earth and Father Sky, Grandfather Sun, and Grandmother Moon, all things that walk, crawl, fly, and swim, and most importantly, all of our ancestors without whom none of us would be here. Thank you.
What a glorious immersion in sacred sound. Thank you, Blue. Good morning, all. My name is Janet Carroll Ryan, and I am your practitioner of the day, which means that I'm part of the practitioner core holding consciousness for the highest good occurring within and as each and every one of us. And I also have the opportunity to share information and announcements about all the wonderful things going on in this community. And we begin with gratitude, as we know that as we focus on our good, we are available to even more good. And where gratitude occurs, there are blessings. So we are thankful today for all who participated in the used book sale the last 2 Sundays, those who brought books, those who bought books, and that wonderful flow and circulation that blesses our youth and family program, which leads us into blessing our child of the day, Carmencita. We see the light and the love of the divine in you uniquely and exquisitely. Thank you for being you and coming to play with us today. So as for announcements, many of us have already signed up for the book study. This entire year we have the opportunity to deeply dive into our topic of the theme of the year, what we believe. So in various homes, people will be gathering around a curriculum that Reverend Carroll has created. And there are sign-up sheets over at the events table. So please find your perfect place and time to connect with your community members and deepen our understanding and inquiry into what we believe. There are 2 classes available for your continuing education. And one is a brand new class that's being offered by Posey Lyon. I almost said Reverend Posey Lyon, coming right out of her own creative genius and her background as an actor and a teacher extraordinaire. This has never been taught before, so it's a brand new opportunity to have fun and play with the concept of being the Oscar-winning director of your own life. And the other class is one of our certificated curriculum classes, Self-Mastery, taught by Marilyn Letzos, who has taught it several times and is a very popular teacher. So if you've taken the foundational class, you can step into that next level. The Aquarius birthday party is coming up, January 31st. Information on all of this is in your bulletin. And also in your bulletin, you'll notice on the back, there's a special spot called the Partnership Corner. And once a month, we particularly focus and share information about our sister center in Ukraine. And this month is really special because we have Reverend Barbara here with us. She is the community spiritual leader and brave pioneer in so many ways in leading that community into their greatness. And I think I've covered all the announcements that are on my list, so now I welcome Reverend Carroll to the stage.
Those of folks that are coming in, we got plenty of seats over here, and thank you for coming. This Saturday night is my first big event. Well, it's not my first big event, but it's that I have created this event specifically for the ancient holiday of February 1st and 2nd. And it is about science and what science has done to our sense of oneness with the earth, and what not the good parts and the impoverished parts, and what we can do about it. And there will be lots of fun. It'll be magic, of course, with me, and I will be playing my harp, and my teacher will be playing her harp, and Bodhi will be on every instrument that he plays. And we'll have amazing, amazing images to just delight you, and some information about Findhorn that I talk about all the time. So a video of Findhorn, and Dudkowski is doing the media. It's all here on Saturday night. I want you all to be here. It will support me in my evolution, and it will definitely support you. I'm very, very excited about it. 2 Sundays from today, Terry McBride will be with us. I will be at our convention, and Terry McBride has been a part of this community since the early 1980s. And he will be speaking and doing a workshop. This flyer is over there on the activities table, where you can also sign up for the in-home study, and where you can also buy a ticket, an advance ticket for Saturday night. And I think that now I would like to invite our sister leader up here, Reverend Barbara Leger, who is going to be doing our partnership corner. She'll be back up to do part of the talk, but this is the partnership corner part. Wonderful.
Well, I'm thrilled that our partnership has a corner on the first Sunday of the month, and I know that it has a corner in your heart too. And so each month you will learn something about us, and I'm going to have some help. Sabine's going to help, and maybe somebody else is going to help be the communicator for Ukraine. So right now I want to let Ukraine communicate for itself. You can read our news in here about how we just bought our first office. And yes, pretty amazing. And I want you to listen to what some of our practitioners would like to share with you about that.
It's a real demonstration that if we change our thinking, our life does change.
Спасибо большое за поддержку и вклад в развитие науки разума в Черкасах, потому что это нас сближает для новых возможностей духовного роста.
Thank you for your support and your input into the development of science of mind in Черкасах, because this unites us and opens us for new opportunities of spiritual growth.
Я вам очень благодарна за поддержку, которую вы оказали для покупки нашего офиса нового. И эта возможность открывает в нас сердца к любви, проявлением новых наших возможностей в наших детях, внуках и вообще во всех Черкасах и на всей Украине. Огромное вам спасибо.
I'm very thankful for the support you gave to us, for the opportunity that we bought the new office, because this opens our hearts. This opens opportunities not only to people in Черкасах, but to people in all over Ukraine. We are very grateful. We are stepping into a totally new level, thanks to the office that we have permanent for all people. Thank you so much.
So what I want to say in the last 30 seconds is, surprising? Ukraine is at a crossroads, you've probably noticed. And, I don't feel scared or hard about this, but it is at a crossroads, and it's really important. Prayer is really needed. And what we're doing feeds the possibility of choice there. And what's standing on the street are people saying, we deserve a choice. We have a choice. We want to use our choice. And when you know that for you, it helps people in Ukraine know that for them. So I ask for your prayers each day as you do your own prayers to include Ukraine for the return to peaceful demonstration and the power of choice. Thank you.
So Reverend Barbara will be back up in just a few minutes. So for those of you who have just joined us this year, Our theme for the year is the year of yes, living what we believe. And I don't have the bulletin, but it's along the side of the bulletin. And now that I'm holding this up, this is going to be your worksheet for the whole year. And so this is 12 months of this wonderful statement of what we believe, and the spaces in here for you to write what you believe. So we're finishing up in January with this statement: the manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. Now, Sandra Aguerrebere has done this fabulous altar, and this is what that statement means, among other things. This is a part of the infinite self-knowingness of God, and it is absolutely beautiful. It also has our little riverbed of rocks, which our new members will add their rock to in just a moment as we do our new member ceremony. So our word today is self-knowingness. Self-knowingness does not appear in the dictionary. It is actually as close to jargon as you get in Science of Mind, and it's pretty understandable. There's no mysterious meaning to it. It means actually to know oneself, the real self, that self with a capital S, that self that is what we sang about in the opening chant, the love that God is as you, and knowing that is what self-knowingness is. And in this beginning statement, it actually talks about God's self-knowingness. And so I found this quote this is an online class for Science of Mind. The manifest universe is the result of the self-contemplation of spirit or God. So even that is pretty esoteric. And it's actually impossible for us to think about God thinking about itself. But I'm going to try to help us think about it anyway, of course. And what it involves is putting human understanding, which as smart as any of us is, and some of us are really, really smart here, to contemplate the self-knowingness of God or the self-contemplation of God is beyond us, I'm just saying. But even so, trying to conceive of this most magnificent, unthinkable mystery of the universe, I'm going to try to do it anyway. So it's as if God said, what is it about me? That's kind of self-contemplation, right? What is it about me? And then you know what happened? Light and heavens and earth and waters and air and swimming things and walking things and crawling things, all the wonderful things in the world that Blue blessed with his prayer from his grandmother. That is what happened when God essentially said, in my limited translation, what is it about me? So, of course, we are a part of that creation. And as self-conscious beings, we actually do the same thing. The trick is to say, what is it about me? And have the me be the divine self, not the ego self. Because when we say, what is it about me? We can say, well, I'm pretty special, and I want a new red car, and, why do they treat me like that? I am so special, and that's not the contemplation we do. It is rather, what is it about the me that is universal and brought into this human form to bring forth the glory of the infinite that lives within me? I'll put this in an outgoing letter. But that's an empowering question. I'll read it again. What is it about the me that is universal and brought into this human form to bring forth the glory of the infinite that lives within me? So the answer to that is why you even came into this earthly plane. The answer to what is it about my divine self is the gifts that only you can give. The gifts that are wanting to come through you, the gifts that are pressing through the desire of your heart to get made manifest into the world, and pressing with wonder and humility and gratitude and just that wow as essence of thinking about your divine self and encouraging everyone else to do it at the same time. So every week we have a takeaway. The takeaway is, if you go out for coffee and somebody says, well, what have you done so far today? And you said, well, I went to my spiritual center. And they say, what is it? And you say, it's the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living, which tells them not much. And they say, well, what did you think about that? What did you do today? This is what you tell them about today. I know myself to be a unique expression of God. Now look up here and everybody say that. I know myself to be a unique expression of God. And that is the truth about you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to welcome 7 new members that in part have said, part of my unique expression of God is to become family with this spiritual center called the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. And so would the new members with their little stones come forward along with M. Louise and Gail. Now, M. Louise Mann, Reverend M. Louise is our, you two come up here with me, and you new members come right here, right here, right here. Yay, good, okay. So Reverend M. Louise is the lead of the membership team. It's part of the core council, and Gail, of course, is our core council president. And these are 6 of the 7 new members. Ashley is not with us today. But I want to tell, as you're looking at these folks, last Sunday we had a new member orientation. And so this has never ever happened before. This class of new members that comes in now, this is what they did as a group. We were going through what this community means and what it stands for. And I was talking about our community ideals and our guiding principles. And we went over them, and they said, these are fabulous. Where are they? And I go, well, they're in the new member orientation. And they said, these should be out there. And so, voila. We have, because of these people, we have this wonderful little document. It's on the Welcome Newcomers table. It's on the education table. Pat Malone put it together so beautifully. It's our community ideals, who we are, our mission, our vision, our community values, our guiding principles and practices, spiritual mind treatment, and then about leadership, congruence, accountability, teamwork, open communication, all that we stand for and try to live by. And if you just happen to want to take one of these and share it with that person you're going to have coffee with and say, yeah, I know myself to be a unique expression of God, and here, this is also what we do, you may. So already, give our new members a hand. So now, if you new folks would turn and face me, I want to tell you that this Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living is its members. That's what it is. There's no other thing that is the church and then the people. We know that it is the people who make up the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. This, because of your choice, has become your spiritual family. Now, this is a family that you get to choose. You have full-heartedly, each one of you, chosen to make this your spiritual home and us your spiritual family. And I want you to know what a sacred trust that is for the leadership here and for myself. We watch over you. We steer you with our principles, and you as well have the greatest good for the Golden Gate Center of Living in your prayers and in your heart. You have made a choice that I hope will change your life for the better, as it has for those that have come before you. So we welcome you and love you. And now Gail is going to read your names and welcome you. Do you have the name tags? Okay. And then M. Louise is going to give you your official name badge.
So I'm thrilled, I'm happy, I'm joyful that you've all chosen to come play here in this family. So, Holly Howes Essex, welcome.
Ashley Griggs is the one that's not here.
Okay, Cindy Lou Overhouse Jensen. David Thomas Ramsey. Julie Roby. Kareen Rosenblatt. And Johnny Van.
And so if any of the members would like to stand and renew their vows, please do so. And would you, members, turn back around to me. This is what makes the deal. This solidifies it. So for the established members and the new, do you believe you are a divine incarnation of the one life, forever and ever growing in awareness and love? If so, answer, I do. I do. Do you accept the philosophy of science of mind as an empowering structure for a life well lived? If so, answer, I do. I do. Will you continue to work toward a purified consciousness, at least in part by following the teachings of the science of mind? If so, answer, I will. I will. And will you love this community and support it with your time, your talent, and your treasure? If so, answer, I will. I will. And then for all of you out there, do you all make a conscious commitment to share the joys and sorrows together, to delight in one another, to share our lives? And do you promise to seek to see the face of God as you look into each other's eyes? And so I now pronounce you members in good standing of the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. And I just encourage you to kiss somebody. Welcome. Yeah, stand. Wait. Don't leave. One more piece. Each one of these beloveds has a stone with the quality that they bring to the community, and they're going to come this way and say your name and your quality, and then go that way and place it in the river of our community.
Kareen, creativity.
Johnny, beauty. Holly, I have a little. Trust, smiles, love, and compassion. And as always, bunches of hugs, anyone that needs one.
And food, she says. She always brings food.
David and love.
Cindy Lou, faith.
Julie, my word is metta, M-E-T-T-A. In Buddhism, this means loving kindness.
Oh. Now, one more big round of applause for our new members. Woohoo! Now we're all going to shift, whenever there was a new baby in the family, the whole dynamic shifted, and it's already shifting. We have this amazing document here, so how fabulous is that? It is now my joy to reintroduce someone whose divine expression in the world is unlike anyone I have ever known. Reverend Barbara Leger is the leader of Ukraine, the Temino Center of Oneness and Healing and our Science of Mind principles. She is the leader of this community wherever she is on the planet and has her finger on the decisions that are being made, the help that is needed, the healings that are called for, and the miracles that are happening. Please welcome the leader of our sister center, the one that we love, we support, we think about, we pray about, Reverend Barbara Leger. Beautiful.
Whenever there is conflict or strife, really what wants to be known is that more love is wanted here. And I said that, and the next day she brought me a whole bunch of those signs, all laminated in different sizes. So, I'm always open to more love, that's for sure. I want to share with you the essence of what I intended to talk about today, just in case I don't get to it. God is the love that I am. The principle of unity is where that is anchored for me, and partnership with God is how I have come to understand that that's true. My daughter, when I left for Ukraine 13 years ago, almost 13 years ago, gave me a little postcard. It's black, and it's got stars, and there's a shooting star across it, and it says, "Guided means provided." And so that's lived everywhere I live, in all the apartments and all the trains and all the places. And really inspires me, reminds me that it's true. The practices, I love this, I learned this from Reverend Carol, that, every talk or every day has a principle and has a practice. And so that's become my way. Every day I anchor it in a principle and a practice. And so today the principle is unity, and there's two practices, and there's the ones that I practice all the time now. One is consciously changing my beliefs from fear to faith, from doubt to trust, from worry to love. And so that's a practice, to consciously catch it and transform it. And the other is to remove the barriers, to remove anything that doesn't look like the principle. Because what I understand is that the thing itself is there all along. We don't have to go get it anywhere, it's there. So when we remove what isn't, what we find is what is. And what is constant. So that's my talk in a nutshell. As I was driving down here this morning, I was thinking about the first time that I left for Ukraine, and I was here. I left from here, actually, like 4 hours later or something. And I remembered what happened that day. I was feeling like, I need to do something really bold for a change. And so what I did was I walked around the room, and Karen was the musician. And I said, "Karen, I just want you to play this on the piano." And I walked around the room and I sang a song. And And so I started singing it in the car as I was coming down here. And then I remembered 2 song prayers that have come to me. I get lots of prayers that come to me in song, especially when I'm standing in the middle of the room and I'm going, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Or what if it doesn't work? Or I cannot stand this anymore, it's too hard. Or why don't they get it? Or any of the places that put separation in my life. Often when I'm there in that state, what comes is a song. So anyway, I believe that I set a trajectory for that song prayer when I walked around this room, and I didn't think about that till this morning. So I want to just take you on this little journey, my prayer journey of knowing myself, the self-knowingness of me, because I believe that to know God is to know me, that I can't know me if I don't know God, and that I can't really know God if I don't know and accept me. And so I've really got that now. And that's a wonderful shift to have traversed. So just close your eyes for a second and imagine we're in a full room and we're all celebrating, and I'm here to fill up my sails with love and faith and support from everyone else because I was getting kind of scared. And I'm here trying to firm up the little branch I'm about to step out onto. And here's how I did it, because the intuition in me knew what needed to happen. Day by day, day by day, oh dear Lord, 3 things I pray: to see Thee more clearly, and love Thee more dearly, and follow Thee more nearly, day by day. So that's what was in my mind when I left. That I knew that if I could stay with that, I would make it. And I would forget it. I've forgotten it many times. But day by day, I practice the self-knowingness of God by remembering that God is the love that I am. And I'll tell you a story. I was off before I became before I became a practitioner. I was traveling across Russia, and I'd had a big project, a multi-million-dollar project, collapse. And all the investment was gone, and everything, it looked like the bottom of the barrel. And so I set off for 3 months to lick my wounds, and I traveled across Russia by myself without a translator. And I'm at the end of the journey. And I've got some rocks that I had gathered along the way in my bag, and they're too heavy. And the in-tourist woman, I'm at the station on the far east coast of Russia, and the woman says, your bags are too heavy, you have to pay more. And I said, well, I don't have any more, and I emptied out my pockets. I showed I didn't have any more money. She said, well, you're an American, you've got a briefcase, you have more money. I said, nope, don't. And so everybody's sitting on the plane, and we're having this little conflict, her and I, this little battle of wills. And I had $15 tucked away for the taxi when I got back to Moscow. But I couldn't give her that. So I sang the song. I walked around singing, God is the love that I am, God is the love that I am. I walked around this empty terminal, and she's at her desk doing this, and I'm singing that little song. So that song that you played today is my prayer song. That's what gets me through the tight corners. It's what reminds me. So another moment, 3 or 4 years into my journey there, I'm in the middle of my kitchen, I remember, and I had lost my feeling of unity. I was feeling separation. I had forgotten that I'm in partnership with God. I had forgotten that God was the love that I am, and I was totally caught by my fear about what if I'm not enough and what if it doesn't happen. And I'm standing there and I'm going, oh, I just don't know. And I go, God, I want to know you. And out of that came this. In the middle of my kitchen. God, I want to know you. Let me know you. I can know you. I can know your love. Let me know your love. I am your love. God, I want to know you. Let me know you. I can know you. Let me know your peace. I can know your peace. I am your peace. And I stood there singing that song for about 30 minutes until I got myself totally back here into myself. And sometimes when I don't know what to do, when I've forgotten the unity of it all, and I've allowed the conditions of life to become blur my vision, I can sing that song prayer. God, I want to know you. Let me know you. I can know you. I am you as me. And so coming to know God is the same way we come to know anybody. Through relationship, through time, through intimacy, through connection. And so we have to spend time doing that. That's why we're here. And that's why we do our practice. And I think that we're all little God seeds. And that unity is this home base for us. That's really our home base. And my son's a fish biologist. And I think of us as, like the salmon swimming back to where they were born. That's what we want to do. We want to swim back to our unity, to reconnect with that which is what we are. And so to do that, we have to dissolve those beliefs of the collective unconsciousness that says we're not enough and it's not okay and we can't get there and it's too hard. And those things are not true. And so we have to consciously move those beliefs. And how we do that is to have the faith of God, not the faith in God, but the faith of God that says God is faith. Faith is God. We are the faith of God. We are born from God. We are God's idea of itself, as Reverend Carol said today. Knowing itself showed up as us. If we had faith, we don't have to go build our faith. We don't have to grow it up, over 25 years of hard work. The faith is who we are. We just need to know God. We have to know that this is God. I am a God seed. I am the faith of God, known as Barbara. And it's taken me, I can't tell you how many years to get there, but I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Or I almost believe most of the time. Whew, it's a pretty amazing thing. And so now my work is about removing the barriers in my mind to this truth, that I am the faith of God, that God is the love that I am, and I am the love that God is. And that's true. I am the love that God is. So here's the prayer that came through, I don't know, 6 months ago or so. This is my prayer, to be with thee, and for the we of me to soar. My prayer this very day is to listen and follow in your way. My prayer right here and now is surrender and let you show me how to be. My prayer is to be with thee, and for the we of me to soar. And so we know together that there is an internal homing device in each of us, and it is our true self. And that we know this self. We do. No matter whether we think we don't, or even when we forget. We know this self. It is God's self-knowingness that we begin to know as we seek to unify with this infinite life called God. There is nothing else but that. We are the love of God. And I give thanks for that. And I give thanks for each of us. And I let it be so, because it is. And so it is.
Blue has some CDs right around here. So now is the time for us to prepare our tithes and offerings. And Susie Coide, who is the vision coordinator for the Core Council, I've asked her to speak to you at this time, and she has consented.
Yes, I read once that you should be afraid and go ahead and do it anyway. So anyway, thank you for giving me the opportunity to go through my fears. This talk is practical and it's inspirational. The first part about being inspired by giving and being gratitude, I feel, is the closest way to get to God and immediately. And so anytime I have a bad day or something that's not going well, I think the best antidote is to give and to be grateful and that shifts things immediately. Now the practical part. I'm so happy that Reverend Carol's doing these birthday parties for astrology so I can bring in my Sagittarius. And it's an excuse to bring it on the service this Sunday. So Sagittarius, we love to travel, we're impulsive, and we're kind of blunt. So I just want to preface that before I say what I'm going to say next. So please forgive me in advance. I haven't heard this in a while, but I've been coming to this community since 1987, and what I was told, basically to run this community each Sunday, it's $50 a chair. Now, I know for some people that people are giving that at least or more generous, and I think for some people that was a stretch. When I first heard it, $50, like, wow, that was definitely out of my comfort zone. However, Reverend Carol always said in the classes, you can't outgive God. And so that's absolutely true. When I put my faith into God and I started tithing and I started, putting in what the community needed, my life definitely changed and the miracles do happen. So I just wanted to encourage all of you to do that as well, because I'm also on the new home team, which was on kind of on hold, but we still have this vision of having our own home someday. And so that I know it can happen, and so thank you for listening, and let the miracles happen. Thank you.
So I'd like to ask the ushers to come forward, and no matter what you give, no matter what the amount is, we love you, support you, and want you as a part of this community. So whatever it is that you're giving today, if you would hold it next to your heart, and remember that God's the love that I am. God's the love that each one of us is. And so as we hold our money, which is the symbol of our life's work, that which we give into the world, we exchange for this symbol of money. It's the same thing. It is the energy of God going in one direction or the other. And so we choose to take this portion of the God energy that has come to us in the form of money and give it back to our source in the form of this offering. And that makes it sacred, holy, needed, and appreciated. And so it is. Amen. Would the ushers please receive the gifts?
Myself, the way I am, there's nothing I need to change. I'll always be perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful, capable of being the best me I can. Love myself just the way I am. I love myself the way I am, and still I want to grow. But change outside can only come. Just the way I am. Love myself just the way I am.
So I bless this offering. I bless the dear hearts who gave it. I know that it blesses and supports this community. And then on beyond, as we pay our bills, it blesses PG&E, it blesses the copy company, and blesses the recreation center, and it blesses us again. And so it is. Amen.
So it is.
Very wonderful. So before we pray out, I would just like to say, for those of you that are going to help with the event on Saturday night, I would like to speak to you personally this morning. And be sure to get your ticket over there and put your name on something here today. Because as you participate in all that we have to offer you, that's how we grow this community. And so, and those of you that I haven't seen in a long time, make sure that I get to fall into your arms and vice versa today. Would the practitioners come forward, and Janet is going to pray us out.
The practitioners that are coming forth are here in service to the highest vision of you. And if more love is asked for to be present as you, know that they will see and know your magnificence and invite you to step into it even more fully than before. And so, as we know this together, please join me. It's hardly a closing prayer. This has been a continuous prayer this day. Every word spoken, the music, the song prayers, the absorption of the message, and the wonder, awe, and magic of knowing that we are each and all the result of the self-knowingness of God. Exquisite, miraculous, here to express and to share in our own unique way. And in this, we are fully in partnership with the infinite all that is, that celebrates itself by means of our life, the life that we share. And therefore, I know that in this oneness, all good is present. In this unity, in this partnership, all that we may imagine for ourselves is available. And so I speak this word for that inner acceptance of good and greater good and even more than we may have imagined for ourselves. As any barrier to our good dissolves, the divine presence comes forth. And so I give thanks, knowing that there are healings taking place even now, that abundance is pouring forth as the life that we live and share, and that good is available as we look out with eyes of wonder on the manifest universe as the body of God, one with it, in it, as it, we are. And I give thanks for this, knowing that we have each received a blessing this day, and we take that blessing out into the world, and it becomes more of itself through us. With gratitude, I let it be, and so it is. Amen.
All please stand for our closing song and affirmation. And Barbara, come up here with me, sweetheart. Okay. And so, I can't see it.
What can I say? I know my immortal.
All right, right up here. I know my immortal divine self to be a unique expression of the infinite source of everything. I contemplate what the God in me wants to be and to do, and I joyously give my consent to express that into the world.